Hello friends, this is Tony the Science Space Rocker of the planet Earth, back with another video today. Today is Friday, TGIF. I'm hoping you're having a great time right now. And you're taking this weekend to relax and unwind and do whatever you want to do. But I might just start a new perspective here, and I'm gonna call this video sections evolutions. And what do you mean by that, Tony? Evolutions? Well, everything has to evolve, right? Everything has, progress supposedly has to continue, and change is constant. So we can't stop evolution. We can't stop change. We can't stop progress. That's just the way we are. The human kind cannot stay put in one place. We have to keep moving. We have to keep evolving. And so I could give you many different examples on how people evolve. And lately, I've been talking about this AI revolution that's happening and how we're going to live and what's going to happen to all the jobs, and if robots are going to take over the world, and what are we going to do? And you know what? You don't have to worry about all that. You don't have to worry about all that. That's why I'm going to do this section on evolutions. And I'll give you a brief example. I'm going to elaborate on this brief example that I'm going to give you right now. Let's say the way people listen to music, the way people consume and distribute and share music. That's been a wild ride, right? Yeah. Well, for example, let's see. Stereo systems, cassette tapes, boom boxes, vinyl records, CDs, the famous Walkman. Who had a Walkman? Let me see a hand. Who didn't have a Walkman? Okay. Maybe if you're 20 years old, you didn't have one, right? Okay. Boom boxes. I remember those. I still got one. Got it back there. CD dominance. Digital platforms. The invention of the MP3. Napster and file sharing. The iPod revolution. Now you can have 1,000 songs on an iPod. I believe it was like 2001, it says over here. Can you imagine you have 1,000 favorite songs on one little gadget, and you can take it anywhere you want. Early streaming. And now we have the streaming wars, right? Streaming's taking over. Mobile listening dominates. Social media influence. The consumption of music through YouTube. And the video revolution of the 21st century. Anybody can make a video now. But the greatest shocker of all, the vinyl comeback. Vinyl records comeback. A few years back, not too long, now you got people that still prefer to have that big thing, vinyl, and the artist and the album art. So, as it says over here, the continual vinyl growth and the vinyl revival. So that's just an example of music, and later on I'm gonna go in details on what actually happened, because I definitely have lived through all that since I was a kid, and it definitely was a wild ride. I'm as a musician, I do have a couple of CDs of my own. I have over, I can't tell you how many songs I wrote, but recorded, I may have like 30 songs to my name. But as a singer-songwriter, I've seen all this, seen it come and go. And of course, you could be as good as you want or as good as you can be. You could be an amazing musician and nobody ever knows about you ever in your life. Not even your mom. I mean, I'm going through extremes, but that's just the way it is. And of course, going back to everybody saying, okay, get ready. There's gonna be no jobs. There ain't gonna be nothing left. You won't be able to go out there and make a living, because unless you're a lawyer or an electric car salesman, maybe. I don't know. Well, a doctor. Not even that. They say doctors are going to go obsolete because all the information is going to be online. And any little symptom that you have, you might have the answer right there in the tip of your fingers. Now, who's going to operate on you? Good luck on that one. Okay? If you need an operation, you need a doctor, right? But you might have a robot that's directed by a doctor. So that's coming, and that's already here. And what I say is this. Maybe I've been watching too many Western movies. Or maybe Clint Eastwood is my best friend or something, you know? But I think the way it's been is still gonna be the way it's gonna be. And what I say by this is, you're not gonna change the inner cities in the United States. Those people are going to do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. This is the land of the free. And people have been very accustomed to this freedom. And all of a sudden, you're not going to tell them, hey, we're going to close the hardware store, because there's too many Home Depots, and we're going to close the hardware store around the corner. No. You're still going to have that little hardware store around the corner in that little old town that the 95-year-old man goes and gets some stuff to fix his house. Because the 95-year-old man has a house, but the 20-year-old cannot afford it. And that's another part of evolution that I'm going to talk about. So this section right here, I don't know how long it's going to be, but it's going to be called Evolutions. Why is a 95-year-old trying to fix his house and still goes to the local hardware store and his house is worth maybe $500,000 and it's falling apart? Because the day he dies, then you're going to sell it to the 20-year-old. The 20-year-old does not have $500,000 to buy the old man's house. Think of that one for a second. Evolutions is a whole bunch of baloney that they made us believe. And with this one, I want to say hi to everybody. I want to say hi to other people around the world that follow my music and follow my videos. I know who you are, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I do talk deep thoughts on this channel, because I try to get you to have a little piece of my galaxy mind and maybe learn something. This is Tony Design, space rocker of the planet Earth, still living in this beautiful planet called Earth today with the message of evolutions. This is going to be a section. It's probably going to take a few weeks. I'll see you on my next video.